She's asleep, but her body starts to tremble like someone's standing right over her, shaking her shoulders. You can literally see the way her head jerks side to side, and the crazy part is, she doesn't wake up. It's almost like whatever is touching her doesn't want her awake. It just wants her stuck inside whatever dream she's trapped in. People who've seen this clip swear you can hear a faint whisper in the background if you turn the volume up high enough, like a voice trying to call her name. Then there's the guy in the second clip. He's lying on his back, totally awake, scrolling on his phone when something grabs his ankles and yanks him halfway down the bed. The look on his face, he's not acting. You can see the pure panic as he tries to kick free, but his legs are being dragged like someone's got a grip on him. Later, when people slow the footage frame by frame, a shadowy figure flashes across the corner of the room, right before he screams for help. The strangest one, though, is the girl who starts sleepwalking without even leaving her bed. Her arms twist up like a puppet on strings, her head jerks back, and then her body arches in this impossible angle. For a second, her lips move like she's whispering something, but her eyes are still completely shut. Some viewers claim she's repeating the word heat over and over, though others argue it's not even English. And then it gets darker. She's lying perfectly still, fast asleep, when her entire body starts convulsing, the mattress rattling underneath her. It's violent, like an invisible weight is pressing her down. Just when you think it can't get worse, her torso begins to rise off the bed, slow and steady, like something is pulling her up by invisible wires. There's no trick editing, no cut, it's one continuous shot. People who study the footage say it's identical to documented cases of alleged possession, where the body fights something we can't see. Her arms keep lifting higher, almost floating on her own, and you can hear this low static hum in the background, like a broken radio signal cutting in and out. Some people think it's just bad audio, but others swear it's a voice layered under the noise. When slowed down, it sounds like it's repeating her name, almost chanting it over and over. The man in the next recording thought his house was safe. He'd set up cameras because of strange noises at night, doors slamming, footsteps pacing the hallway, whispers when he was alone. In the footage, you can see him lying on his side, drifting off. Suddenly, the blanket pulls down from his shoulders. He grabs it, pulls it back up, and tries to ignore it. But then the entire blanket gets ripped away in one swift motion, landing on the floor. What's terrifying is his reaction. He freezes, too scared to even move, and just stares into the darkness at the end of his bed. Another clip shows a young woman sitting upright in bed with her eyes completely shut. Her breathing is slow, almost mechanical, and then her head turns sharply, facing the corner of the room where nothing is visible. She starts smiling, this eerie, unnatural smile, while still asleep. Her hand lifts and points directly at the camera, as if she knows she's being recorded. The camera glitches for 2 seconds, and when the image clears, her hand is back down like nothing ever happened. The most disturbing evidence comes from a set of recordings captured at exactly 3 a.m. every night for a week. In each clip, the same thing happens. Lights flicker, shadows crawl across the walls, and the sleeping person begins to convulse. On the 4th night, the figure actually rises completely off the mattress, hovering for nearly 10 seconds before dropping suddenly like dead weight. The thud is so loud that the entire room shakes, but the person doesn't wake up. By the final night, something even stranger appears. A translucent figure can be seen standing near the edge of the bed, its outline barely visible against the wall. Its head tilts slowly, as if watching the person sleep. When the figure leans closer, the video cuts out completely. Static, silence, nothing. And when the feed comes back, the bed is empty. Neighbors later reported hearing screams that same night, but not from person video. These were higher pitched, almost distorted, echoing like they came from inside the walls. What makes this even creepier is that the cameras inside the house picked up no sound at all. Only the neighbors heard it, and all at the exact same time. Some even said their pets went wild, scratching at doors, howling, refusing to step anywhere near that house. One clip that spread fast online shows a guy jolting awake at 3:14 a.m. His eyes shoot open, and he gasps like he's been underwater for too long. But here's the detail most people miss. Before his body reacts, the blanket lifts on its own, almost as if something invisible climbs off of him. Freeze frame it, and you can spot a faint handprint pressed against the sheets. Paranormal experts who analyze the video argue that the handprint doesn't match his own. Longer fingers, narrower palm, like it belongs to something not entirely human. There's also footage from a college dorm where a girl is asleep in the top bunk. Around 2:58 a.m., her body stiffens and her arms shoot straight out. For a moment, she stays suspended in that pose, rigid and frozen, before slowly rising into a sitting position. Her roommate below wakes up and stares at her in horror, whispering her name. The girl doesn't respond. She just tilts her head back until it's almost unnaturally bent, staring at the ceiling. Then, with no warning, she collapses flat on the mattress, completely lifeless. The roommate climbs up to check on her, and you can hear her crying, "Wake up, please." And then, this part chills everyone who sees it. The sleeping girl suddenly exhales a laugh that doesn't sound like hers. Another case that went viral happened in a hospital room. The patient was under observation for night terrors, hooked up to monitoring equipment. At exactly 3 a.m., all the machines start glitching, alarms going off without explanation. The video shows the patient rising halfway out of bed, but their eyes stay shut. What's terrifying is that the monitor recording their vitals shows their heart rate flatlining. Zero activity, yet the body keeps moving. For almost a full minute, the patient walks around the room like a puppet before collapsing back into bed. Doctors couldn't explain how someone with no pulse could stand, let alone move. The last piece of footage is maybe the most disturbing of all. A family set up a camera in their child's bedroom after he complained of the tall man who visits at night. The video is grainy, but you can clearly see the boy sitting up, talking to someone who isn't there. His eyes dart to the corner, and then he suddenly gets yanked backwards by a pajama shirt, sliding several feet across the bed. His mouth opens to scream, but the sound cuts out entirely, like the audio itself has been erased. When the parents rush in seconds later, the boy is curled up, trembling, pointing at the corner, but the camera shows nothing.